great. Oh man, yeah, that's fun. I'm gonna move that bad boy over here. This is one of the smaller stages I've ever performed on. We're just saying something that once performed on a pallet. There, I'm gonna put this bad boy over here. I know I don't have COVID because this morning I had a sip of LaCroix. It was like, ooh, that mango flavor sure is strong. It's so rich. Yeah, also Marcus, so I didn't realize until we came here that he or Travis, one of the guys who put this on, they were like, by the way, we have someone taking pictures, and I'm like, oh, if I had known that, I wouldn't have worn the see-through top with the slightly darker colored bra. On a separate note, hi. That topic, we'll come back to that in about 2 minutes. On a separate note, do we have any dog people here tonight, by any chance? Yeah. That's the question I ask when I have a set that's going bad. Don't worry, you guys, it isn't yet, because people lose their minds, like, they go rabid, if you will. I love dogs, but my lock screen on my wallpaper on my phone, 2 different photos of dogs, neither of which belong to me. But the thing with dog people is, like, you either spend $3,000 on this beautiful purebred that can trace its lineage back to Louis III because you're a pretentious douchebag, or you spend a nickel on a 3-legged 13-year-old mutt dying of cancer, and then slap a Who Saved Who sticker on the back of your Subaru because you're a self-righteous douchebag. And like, first off, it's who saved whom. Like, if you're gonna be a condescending bitch about it, at least be right. I did that joke in England, and you would not believe how much the English appreciate proper English grammar. Like, it's just, anyways, back to the original topic. My body sucks. And I don't mean to be like, sometimes people are like, no, you're great. I'm like, you don't know. I don't mean like I'm ugly, give me compliments, like do it, but I just mean like it doesn't work. Like my eyes are so bad they cannot be measured. My ears sound like broken speakers, my lungs don't work, my stomach all the time is like, I'm gonna barf now. I'm like, ow, don't, it's like too bad. But the worst part about all this is that like my back hurts all the time and I don't even have the tits to show for it. Like, I'm gonna be in pain and a 32B. Oh, yours, God. Where's the justice? You know how historically there's that philosophical debate about, like, how can there be a God when there's famines and plagues and suffering? Yeah, I'd like to add another grievance. Yeah. You know, I feel like I'm not a woman, I'm like a gal. Like a woman is like, I have a 401k, I have a mortgage, I have C cups. And much like the 2004 Mariners, I am batting over 3. My body sucks. I know I don't look like it, but I did leg day once. And actually what happened really, that's a lie. What happened is I was at a party and MC Hammer came on. And I don't know if you've ever done this for 4.5 minutes, which is going to be really hard on this miniature stage. I don't know if you've ever done this for 4.5 minutes. You can't walk the next day. So I did that, and then the next day I saw my mom, and she was like, hey, you're walking like a unicorn. All right, those are words, technically. Might I suggest you need a horse? She was like, no. Like a horse, but daintier. Alright, I want to back up. I want to unpack that logic. You've just taken a horse, already the scariest of the domestic beasts, given it a weapon on its face, and you think that is the daintier version of that animal. That's the biggest propaganda heist of all time. That's what Big Unicorn wants you to think. Like, how did we as a society come to agree upon this? We're like, horse, terrifying hell bitch, sword, worst way to die. And then we combine them and everyone's like, oh, shit's good. That's not a more daintier version of a horse, that's a more battle-ready version of a horse. No one ever looked at an SS officer answer and was like, yeah, like a normal German, but daintier. Nothing. I also, like, I don't have the dictionary memorized, but if I did, I would know that under the word dainty, does it say adjective, great at stabbing you. There's a line in Shakespeare's Julius Caesar that's like, "Et tu brute, you dainty little son of a bitch." Also, I really want to know legally what the difference is between stabbing and poking. Really what I want to know is, I just want to know if it would hold up in court to be like, "Objection, Your Honor, I did not stab that man. I just poked him and it went 2 feet through his chest." I feel like everyone has we have a threshold for how much post-structuralist theory jokes we can all deal with. And I was doing a show in Bellingham recently, and as I was driving up, there was a car accident, and everyone was fine. They were all up on the sidelines. This is football. They were where the cars aren't. They were fine. They were left. It was two Priuses. There was one Prius, another Prius, and a Ford F-something 50. And then a boat. Separate from all that, just a big fishing boat. And what I should have thought when I saw that was, someone was the Ford F whatever the heck was driving and towing this boat, and then it got in an accident, and then the boat became one with not the Ford. But that's not what I thought. What I thought was, oh my god, how is someone driving a boat down the freeway? And I have a bachelor's degree. Lastly, I don't know if you guys have seen this commercial, but there's a commercial going around where they're talking about this story about this guy who wanted to climb Mount Everest, but the twist was that he was blind. And the tagline for it was, but he knew he could because he believed. And, no. I don't know, like, not to nitpick, but when people die climbing Mount Everest, which they do with some frequency, the thing they were lacking wasn't belief. If anything, people believe too hard that they can climb Mount Everest. Have you guys seen the lines in, like, the year of our Lord 2023, the lines through Mount Everest? At this point, you're not mountaineering, you're just waiting in line at, like, the worst day in Splash Mountain. Like you're not climbing a mountain, you're waiting in the longest deli queue for the world's most expensive, most gonna kill you sandwich. And here's the thing, so his friends who had eyes that worked, they trained him for, I assume, years, at the very least many months, and they had the course memorized. I also don't know how familiar you guys are with the geography of Mount Everest, and don't worry, I'm not about to be like, it's really tall. But like, if you didn't know, no, just kidding. But there's like crevasses everywhere, and they're really steep, really deep, people fall and just like die down there all the time. And how I know that his friends, he's cooler than me, and his friends are better people than me, is that if I was one of his buddies leading him up there, we would have gotten to that first crevasse, and I would have just been like, "You made it, buddy!"